But we know that there are some alpha males that are out there and they're all about, oh, women are evil. And
Hello and welcome. This is Let It Be podcast airing on Expand with Lysias and Susan on YouTube. I am Lysias Susan.
And I'm Susan Azana. Welcome.
I'm so happy to have you with us today. So I'll quickly run you through one or two things. I'd like you to know that Let It Be is a podcast that brings to you informations, certain things that we overlook in our daily lives, which has become a problem to us, but we don't know it is a problem. On Let It Be podcast, we want to share our own opinion, bring you up to speed so maybe it has been affecting your life and now and you have an idea on how to deal with it.
Indeed, as a people, we have one aim, one goal, one belief system, and that is we are here to plant our feet in the sands of time by saying something about the things that are going on in and around us. It's important we put out our own opinion, and we don't do that alone on the podcast. We want you to also participate, and that is why we find ourselves asking questions in the course of these podcasts.
Yes, so please comment, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, because it will help the YouTube algorithm to also channel people to the podcast. Also, if you haven't subscribed, this will be a very good time to do that, and also share with your friends, your loved ones, even with your enemies, what is happening on this podcast.
That's if at all you have an enemy, because I just try to ensure that everybody I see is a friend. I just see good in everyone. I know there are some people that don't like me, but that's fine. I will still see good because I just believe that what I see is what I attract.
So you don't want to call them enemies, you want to call them what? Frenemies.
No, not really. I just feel that, there will always be people that have their own opinion about me, but I don't look at them as an enemy. I feel that that's giving too much power to an individual. All right, so yes, just as Lysia said, a good welcome to you, and most especially our subscribers. We see you, we appreciate you. Today we're going to be talking about something that is very controversial. I'm using that word because it seems that it's an unending debate. Right from when we were children, we got to hear these Lysias. My question is, why the whole buzz about how easy or how difficult is it to please a woman? Why the whole buzz? Why should it even exist in the first place? The reason why we pick some of these issues to talk about and to also ponder on the program is because some of these things may have come out from people based on their own personal experience.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
There are people that have taken it to heart as the norm and have acted on it, and it has become an issue. All right. So we know that there are a lot of people that have that belief that, it's so hard to please a woman, and it has become an issue. And every time we see that something is being misunderstood, or there's a misinformation, or there's an update on an information that used to be, we find it interesting and also thought-provoking to bring it to a platform like this and a channel like this, so that we can rub minds together and talk about it, and also so that we can agree on something or rather disagree on something, which is also the spice of life, because we're all different. So the first question I want to ask today, Lysia, is why should there be this whole issue? Why the buzz? Why should there be, it's so hard to please a woman? I'm really not happy about this, because I saw let me say a cartoon where it was written how to please a woman, and the book was unending. I take it to heart, but over time I've just felt that it's one of those things. But now I'm realizing that no, there are people that have taken this thing seriously. So we most times we just hear of feminism and all that, but we know that there are some alpha males that are out there and they're all about, women are evil and all that. I don't know if you have something to say about that.
First and foremost, I want to start by saying that generally it's difficult to please a human being. All right. So narrowing down narrowing it down to the female or to the woman now. You see, when it becomes difficult to please a woman I feel is when the woman in question doesn't really know what she wants. I feel that is just it. Because I know that there are some women that are difficult. Also, there are men that are also difficult. You know. So first and foremost, understanding what you want, what kicks you off, what puts you off, what gives you the kick. Understanding on all of those things, gives you an age to understand and to know that, okay, look, I can be pleased in a certain way and I can be displeased in another way. But you see, it's not a general term. Yes, it's not a general term. You can't generalize and say it's difficult to please women. No, I don't accept that. Base it on your own personal experience. You can say, I find it difficult to please my girlfriend. If that is the case, that means you as a boyfriend, you are not observant. Same way also as a husband. If you're finding it difficult to please your woman, it means you're not very observant. It means you're not in tune with what she likes and what she doesn't like.
Yeah.
It's different from saying satisfaction. Now, we're not talking in terms of, having sex and all of that. We're talking in terms of
mutual coexistence,
coexistence.
as it were.
So
relationship.
You can't satisfy man. At every point in time, man gets something, he wants something better.
Okay.
Yes. So that is just how it is. And then, like I said, until you can understand your woman knows what pleases and displeases her, it's going to be difficult for you to please her.
Okay. So you've said a lot of things, and I'm picking the word understanding. I'm also realizing that there are things that you like. You need to understand yourself.
You understand yourself
also to be able to please someone.
Yes.
So you're not taking sides here. You're saying both parties have a role to play when it comes to understanding themselves and coexisting, because you rightly pointed out that we're not talking about romance as it were. We're talking about relationship, like coexistence. So we must state the obvious. I'm picking some things from what you've said. You're not really taking sides. You're of the opinion that it starts with you understanding yourself.
Yes.
Then you know what you want, going after what you want, and also that it matters so much, and looking out for what you want.
Yes.
Okay. And then on the flip side, on the woman's side also, these things are also important for her to tell herself that this is what. So it takes this likeness, as it were, on both sides for there to get that point of saying, I want to please this person, and understanding that they want to please each other. All right, that's fine. And I'm saying this on the ground also, that more than ever we're having marriages that have people celebrating like 20 years in marriage, 15 years in marriage. So we're saying this especially maybe to somebody watching that is not yet married. We're still having people take a milestone. So why put yourself at that place where you're saying, oh, it's so hard to please a woman? Maybe it shouldn't be that. It should just be my woman. I should it just reminds me of a song, My Woman. Anyway, that's on the lighter note. What we're saying is, as much as there are general rules that guides a lot of relationship, because relationship matter is a very hot matter. People like talking their own opinion, especially when they've been hurt or they have seen something, they just go out and say, hey, men are these, women are. I respect those opinions, but you see that the thing is, it's best to also try to understand. You win when you know yourself and you know what you want. That's just the truth. So personally, I feel that the effort that we put into relationship between the male and the female, as well as the extent that we go to understand each other, is usually overlooked and undermined, because with the course of study that I did, it's important to also note that it is not very easy for people from two different backgrounds, people that literally believe in different things, to come together and agree on one thing. Sometimes not even just agreeing on one thing, is the fact that that this one decides to let something go for that one for peace to reign, and that one, still bearing the fact that, okay, there are boundaries. He's the man and you're the woman, so all this effort is put into relationship. I think people should just be applauded. It's people in relationships should be applauded. That's my humble opinion.
They have to be applauded, because like you said, it's just not easy. What can what can push me to the edge might not be the same thing for you. What works me might not work you, as they say. You understand? So it should be applauded, because these are two different individuals who have lived their lives separately from each other, all of a sudden having to be together. So there has to be that mutual understanding.
Yeah, they have to be. It's a lot of work. I heard that it's the school you enter and then you're giving certificate because there's no graduation.
There's no graduation. And this thing we're talking about, I remember an incident that happened. In fact, it was a story that someone shared. He said these particular couples were having challenge, and what was the challenge? It bordered on toothpaste. Yes, just toothpaste. The man likes his toothpaste from the bottom, all neat and looking sexy, but the woman will just come and just grab it anywhere and just squeeze it, and all she knows is she just wants to use the toothpaste.
Are we not all guilty of that?
I mean, it was very challenging for the man. He couldn't. He found it disgusting. So to settle that matter, he bought her own toothpaste for her and had his, but the issue was these two toothpastes were in the same bathroom. So this lady would just come in, and anyone she finds handy, she will just use. It was really a tough time for the man, and it brought up a lot of issues until the woman was like, but what is even in this toothpaste? Is it not the content that we are using? But the man is like, I like it from bottom. I like it all neat. The woman doesn't see anything wrong with that, but finally they were able to understand each other, and somehow, I don't know how the man coped. I think maybe he must have bought another toothpaste that he keeps in his shower bag. Anytime he's going to bed, he just takes that one along and brings it. She doesn't have access to that one, So that's what relationship is all about.
That is what it is about. Yeah, I don't know. Ground. Sometimes when we talk about stuff, like, just reminds me of a song. Talk about sacrifice.
Exactly.
So it's all about sacrifice for me. Yeah. Thank you so much. That was really hilarious. There's a lot of work. Yeah. A lot of work, and I will say this because it's the truth. So that peradventure you're in a relationship now, you're considering a lot of things, or having some issues. Just know it's a lot of work, but you just find a balance over time. You give yourself that time. You find a balance. Okay. So personally, I wanted to ask you this question, and something also came to my mind when you were talking. That man really tried. He put in effort. Yeah. But I've seen a relationship where the woman sat on the bonnet of a car the man loved so much, and that was the end of that marriage. So when people, I think we're at a time where when you see, or when you belong to those group of people that fight for the success of a thing. Today on Let It Be podcast, we just want to applaud you. Yeah. You are the you are the odogus out there. You are the different ones. You are the trailblazers. You are the ones that will change, the trajectory of nations. We just want to celebrate those people that just choose to act differently. Yeah. Okay. So talking about acting differently, what do you think are those things that you can do to actually please a woman? Since you're not taking any sides of saying, oh, these women are witches. They can be dark. Can't you see their lips? God. Okay. If you are not taking that side, what do you think you can do personally to just briefly, to please a woman?
Okay. Number one, you remember I mentioned understanding. You must know your woman. Yes, know her for who she truly is. Now, if you're not a quarrelsome person and you know that your woman is very, very quarrelsome, you must find a way to guard her away from, getting into so much quarrels with people. Okay. If it gets to the point where you need to physically hold her hand and gently tug her away from that, or there are some that you can use. I remember one that the man actually asked the lady, he said, the wife was actually quarreling, and then he just came out and he looked at her and he said, how much are you getting paid for all this talk? And she said nothing. He said, you mean you said all of that and no money, no pay for it? The woman reduced, she stopped all those quarreling. So understand the woman you are with. And if she has some dislikes, we all are different. If she has things she doesn't like, I know that it's going to take you some time for you to realize it, because you've been without this person for a very long time. You're just meeting this person, so what you need to do is to accommodate her. Okay, she doesn't like this kind of thing and you like it. You need to find somewhere else to do it. You just have to manage. Yes, you manage. You don't sit down and you start looking at your relationship in the eyes of your previous relationship, saying, I've been with a woman that this is not a problem for her. Yes, but you're not with this woman, you're with someone else, and this is a problem for this person. So you need to accommodate. That's all it means. You need to accommodate. You need to shift grounds and understand this person. That's all.
Okay. How about gifts?
Yeah. Oh no, we're talking about this one now. We're talking about the emotions now.
Yes, the gifts.
But you see, the gifts are also there. As a man, you must know the gifts you're giving to your woman. Yes, and please,
we like that part.
Yes, shut your ears. It could be that she doesn't like that gift, but because it's all expensive or whatever, from the act of love, she accepts it, and she celebrates it, and then giving it time, she makes a comment about that gift, which what that comment means is she doesn't really like it. Please don't take it to heart. We are all human beings. It's very difficult for you to satisfy us or please us 100%. We might pretend that we truly like this thing, but it might, maybe the color, maybe just something, So you just learn. You learn.
Forgiven, right?
Yes, you learn to be forgiving. You learn to understand this person. You know what this person likes. And then also, if you are the eat at home type and you have a woman that barely cooks, you need to go an extra mile to help her overcome it, because this is something she has not done.
Not to boss her into it.
Not to boss her into it. You gradually guide her. From time to time, maybe she's this. I know that there are some ladies that they eat out all the time. Now you are with a man that doesn't like eating out all the time. You also have to adjust.
Okay.
So that is all it comes to. You adjust. You make amends. You're like complimenting each other.
Yeah.
That's just the point.
Yeah, and you remember, dates also.
Yeah.
Yeah, special dates.
Special dates, special occasions.
Yeah. We're saying this because, one thing that gets to women is finding the balance with that boyfriend and that has become a husband. There's always, this, we know that, you are now mature, the children have come. But guess what? There was a spice that made that relationship what, it turned out to be. So why not keep some of those things going? Why not, they call it flame. Why not flame the fire of the love?
It's not like the men don't want to flame, the fire of the love, But when you were dating, possibly you were staying alone, he was staying alone, you get to meet occasionally, you go to work, you had your own needs, you were taking care of your own needs, but now you're married and possibly a child comes into the picture. There's a lot of responsibilities. So the man, maybe his financial standing has not increased, so he has to do more like a check and balances to find out, okay, can I do this now, can I do that now, so that's just it. It's not outright, it's not as if the men don't want to fan the flame, but sometimes the responsibilities on them are just much.
Yeah. All right, I hope we're not leaving anything behind on how to please a woman. That's according to Lysias.
If you know your woman very well, it's going to be very easy to please her all the time.
Okay, that's your take on that.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice to know. And that's very important. And do you feel that giving of gifts, especially as it relates to what is going on now in social media, we also try to talk about things going on in the social media space. Do you think that is love, the giving of gifts? Valentine just there was a celebration of Valentine. It looked like some people were like, oh my God, when will my own happen? God, when? And then there was a lot of show of gifts. Do you think we're at a time where people are equating love to gifts? What's your opinion?
Yes, because they say you can't love someone without giving.
Oh, so it's good.
Person.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good. You're married, all right? Take every day with that individual as a gift. Sometimes you go out, the challenge with marriage is that because these gifts come back to back, it doesn't amuse us anymore.
Right. So when you're in a relationship,
yes,
then it's always
oh
gift.
my God, when you're in a boyfriend, girlfriend, you're not seeing this person all the time, and then the person comes and then this stuff is all wrapped up and the person gives you, oh my God, you're over the moon. But when you're married and then your husband goes out, he's passing and he sees a scarf and says, I think this will look good on my wife, and he just buys it because it's not wrapped. You take it kindly. Oh, he just bought me a scarf. Oh, it's fine, and then you move on. You see, so that is where the difference is. Men can't all the time, wrap the gift to come and give you, especially when you are their wife. They just pick it, and I got this for you. That's a gift. Okay. That's a gift.
Okay. So that's super amazing. And I wanted to add also, just love your life.
Yeah.
Don't go wanting to be like someone else. Always remember, you only know what they are showing you.
Yes, of course.
It's like every other movie, every other show. So please learn, talk to yourself. There's a difference between showbiz and reality.
I always tell people something, that as long as the individual you are with now looks different from who you were with before, it points to the fact that this person also has his own qualities and characters different from the other person. Meaning, don't use the same yardstick. Don't look at your boyfriend or your husband and say, my former boyfriend used to treat me nice, but you're not with him now. So if you was that good or you felt heavenly with him, why the breakup? So treat every relationship as a gift and build it.
I like that. Okay, so let's respond to some answers people gave. Okay. Both sides. I want to know your own opinion, just straight to the point. Yeah. Somebody was of the opinion that if a woman is attracted to you, she will be ready to please you at every time. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter your level. It doesn't matter, what you're going through. If she's attracted enough, even if you abuse her, she will find a way to forgive you. You understand? He said, however, women are difficult to men that they are not attracted to at all. Like for those type of men, it's like they are just managing that relationship. They are not. Some are attracted, are not attracted enough. And by so doing, if there's any issue, it is always blown out of proportion. I don't know if you have any. Do you think that's true?
It is true, even for a man. For a lady you are attracted to, you give grounds, you want to take a bullet for, you want to do so many other things for, but for anybody, it's just true. For anybody you're not attracted to, you're just trying to cope with the person. In answer to that person's opinion, I think the person is right, because when you are attracted to anybody, you want to shift grounds, you want to accommodate the person, you want to do right by that person. So yes, that's true.
Yeah, so on both sides, I just feel that attraction matters also. Another point someone raises is the fact that if you want to please a woman, pay attention to her actions more than what she says. That a woman may say she's okay, but watch her. Those times she's not saying anything, you would know if she's okay or not. So it's very important. We're trying to, say, listen to other people's opinion from their own personal experience.
Yeah, I think that goes to understanding who you are with. You understand the person, you understand the person's mood swings. You get to know when the person is not okay, even when the person is not saying anything. Yeah. And you also get to know the person, that the person is not okay when the person seems to be saying so much.
Yeah. So it's important that we also pay attention to that. Okay, another person says, if you go an extra mile to try to understand, that's bringing us to the point that you raise. If your own job, like you make up your mind in that relationship to understand the person, you would end up at a place where you are able to, at least if not 100%, to a large extent, you will be able to please that person. So this person is of the opinion that you put in the work. Don't think that it's something that will just happen maybe first time, second time of meeting someone. Put in the work, like be deliberate to work it out, and yes, you would be able to, come out with something. Okay, yeah.
Very.
Let's go forward. Another person is of the opinion that women, that it's just not a very easy thing for women, because they are faced with their own mood swings, especially now this person is mentioning the fact that when the woman is independent, she's faced with a lot of things, a lot of activities, as it were, a lot of things that may make her have mood swings. And so you cannot the percentage of having that type of woman, pleasing that type of woman, is not easy when you mix the fact that she's also being stressed out with the fact that she can afford a lot of things for herself. So this person is of the opinion that not the kind of woman you are going in for.
You see, just like we were saying, when you're getting into a relationship with a lady that is independent, first and foremost, the lady must accept you as you are.
Okay.
How do I mean? She knows your level of income, you understand? And even if she can afford the best thing of life, she should be able to appreciate the little ones you can do for her. Okay. Otherwise, she shouldn't be in a relationship with you.
Otherwise, she shouldn't be in that relationship. This particular one is of the opinion that she's stating a scenario where the guy is actually making lesser pay than the woman he's dating, and so he's not really able to afford all those things that when you are at that level, you just as a man, be humble, because some women become, in quotes, arrogant when we see some men just go into those type of relation and want to boss that woman.
It can't work.
I know we have women, that independent women that cannot be controlled, but that's not what we're looking at today. We're looking at those that are working, and then you come into the relationship with the mindset of women, and then you start giving her drama. She would give you movie. Yes.
The truth about the thing is this. You remember I said, one, this lady should appreciate you for who you are and your level and your status in life.
All right.
Now, it now boils down to how confident are you of yourself. For a lady of that standing, it means she also has some other guys that are, measuring up.
Yeah.
But she's not in relationship with them. They could be her friends. You understand? Now, when you are with her and they come around, you must be confident of yourself. There should be something you can bring to the table.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I like that. That's also bringing me to a point. This person is of the opinion that people don't talk much in relationship, that they assume a lot.
Yeah.
That people change depending on, how long they've known you. They may know you now as someone that is a drunk, but tomorrow they don't like the fact that you're a drunk.
Yeah, they expect you to
Yes,
change.
they expect you to change. And he's of the opinion that we should talk these things out rather than to just leave it and then start giving attitude to each other at some point. You may know that the lady hangs out when you met her, but later on you really don't like the fact that she's hanging out. Have you sat down to talk about it? The guy was of the opinion that his friend never sits down to listen. Like everything has to be doctored. Everything has to just fall into place. I like this point very well. People should talk their things they want in relationship.
In every relationship, I always tell people, know who you are getting into a relationship with. Don't go into a relationship because you feel you can change that person. It's a no-brainer for me. It's a no-no. If you are dating someone who is an alcoholic, as in by alcoholic I mean someone who drinks a lot, if you are in that relationship and you don't like that part of him, you can try to let him know the dangers of it and then limit that relationship, your exposure to that relationship. Because the truth is, if that relationship ends up in marriage, it's going to be a very, very big problem. How so? Because at every point in time you raise that topic, he will always say, but you have always known me to drink a lot. Why is it a problem now?
Okay.
So, like that person is saying, talk things over.
Okay.
Yes. If the person knows that, look, I'm ready to change, then you can commit.
This person is of the opinion that, in fact, he says that he has a friend that because he likes a woman and he has told the woman cannot leave him. She is stuck with him. He is of the opinion that as long as he has told you are his woman, there is no living.
In other words, no matter what character, what attitude he brings up,
There is no, you have to be there.
Okay.
You have to be with him. Like, he does not even give room. So he just feels that as long as you have said yes, yes remains yes forever. That's his mindset. And then I know you will respond to it. And then there's this other person that says that also his friend has a mindset that you should treat a woman as a man that you are. So you don't need to know what she wants.
Oh, okay.
You just tell her, that's bringing us to tradition and being, an African man. Some people still have that mindset. He feels that sitting down to talk with a woman makes you less of a man. These are men talking. So he has that bias.
Well, for him, I think it all boils down to his upbringing. Maybe that's how you see. They say if you are from a home where the father beats the mother at every point in time, the male children, grow up with that same mentality that is how a woman should be treated. So I believe that it is as a result of his own upbringing. Maybe he had a father that, doesn't feel he should sit down and talk things over with the wife, had a father that bosses over the wife, sends her around like a maid, So that is exactly what happens. Now, also for the other young man that has a friend that is, as long as your answer was yes to a relationship with him, it means you can't go. I mean, that is just a slave master mentality.
No, I've met a guy like that. He feels that he has everything, so he can meet your needs. So there's nothing else to talk about. Is it not just your needs that some men just equate women to material things?
Well, so that's where he has a challenge, because
some people are like that.
Not all needs are financial. Yes, not all needs are financial. So if you cannot meet my other needs and you expect me to just say, or you feel, okay, he feels that since he can meet your financial needs, it means every other need is taken care of.
Yeah, you're stuck. You're just stuck. If he likes you, you're stuck. He will give you everything, but you cannot wake up one day and say you are going. that is insane, if you ask me. So this is the most of this response that we can give to some of this assertion of whether it is hard to please a man, coming from both the male side and the female side, and everybody giving their opinion. Your own opinion matters. What do you have to say? What's your take on this? Do you think women are hard to please? I know we're going to be bouncing back with whether men are also hard to please, but we want to know your own opinion, because this is something that whether you face it or not, it's just on the minds of a lot of people. It's so hard to please a woman. A woman does say, it's so hard to please a woman. Can you imagine a write-up like this where somebody is talking about the kind of man a woman wants? It says, you can please a woman if only you can be a friend, a companion, a lover, a brother, a father, a master, a chef, an electrician, a plumber, a mechanic, a carpenter, a decorator, a stylist, a zoologist, a gynecologist, a psychologist, a post-exterminator. You can, and also if you're tender, strong, understanding, tolerant, prudent, ambitious, capable, courageous, determined, true, dependable, passionate, and then while you're about all these, you should not forget to also follow her, go with her for shopping, or do the things that she wants to do, not forgetting all that, But the thing is, as hilarious as this sounds, no, it's not really a bad idea. But no one person can be all these. This is being unfair to women. We don't ask for that much. No. This is being unfair to women, but it's okay. Everyone's subject to his or her own opinion. There's something you said the other time when you were responding to the one that said, as long as I give you money, you are stuck. You're talking about upbringing, and it's also something we can't live without talking about the fact that when the woman brings up a male child, not all just turn out to be what, there are always exceptions to rules, but people from broken homes, it has been said, but whoever you are watching this and maybe this relates to you, we can always change the narrative. That's what Let It Be podcast is about. That's why we're here. You can change the narrative. You can decide to learn. Sometimes we just want to replicate what we have been through. If it is counterproductive, then leave it aside and learn what works. It's very important. The relationship is worth fighting for. It's worth building, because the lady for you may not be the lady for another person, and it may just be one woman in a lifetime. It's very important. So regardless of the background, regardless of what you've been through, life gives you the opportunity to do right and so make sure it doesn't happen again.
You choose to be different. You choose to be independent. You choose to be nice. You choose to please your woman. Do what is right. That's all what we are saying. Just do what is right. And what is right is treating that woman like the queen she is, treating her fairly and justly. That's what we are saying. Please share your comment with us. Let us know what your thoughts are, and let us know what you would do in some of these scenarios that we just painted.
Exactly.
It will help us, and it will help someone out there also to shape their relationship and be happy.
Exactly, and be happy. Let me tell you, a happy woman is a happy home.
So
it's very important. So we're just hoping, and our heart also goes out to a lot of men that have put in a lot of effort and have not gotten good from inside. But the good news, however, is that as a People on Let It Be podcast, we believe that what you give is what you receive. It may not turn out, right now, but just keep being good. It will all work in your favor. We believe that strongly. Well, just as we said, we want to know your opinion about this particular issue. Do you think it's easy to please a woman, or it's just something that we should forget about? Just as this person said that most of all, it's important to give her money and not to receive change. A lot of people proffering their own solution. It says give her space. Somebody says give her lots of space. Allow her to visit her family members and relatives. It says give her a lot of time. Let her have her time apart, her own time, her me time. Give her attention. Let's know what your own take is.
So signing out, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also please comment and give us a thumbs up, give us your likes. Please, it's going to help us in what we are doing.
Imagine you being part of Let It Be going global. We will not forget you. Our win is your win.
Very true.
So thanks for watching. For now, it is bye-bye from me, Susan.
And I am Lysias and Susan, signing out.
Bye-bye.